What's going on? The Drake Kendrick Lamar thing, which I don't really want to keep going on about because I did a video about it and I still think it's much ado about nothing. But somebody should tell me, was this a versus or was this a collab album? Because or is this turned into like their version of Trapped in the Closet? I'm trying to make sense of it because this saga of 2024 between those two, it's a trip how we used to get artists. It would take them a long time to put out songs or albums, and these two are like dropping something left and right. So what does it mean? Is it a collaborative project? What does it mean in English? Wouldn't it be something if it was a diss album that they did together jointly and they snickering and laughing and they in on it? What a novel concept. Why wouldn't artists actually do diss albums against each other on the same record? And then you could pick up the sides. You could take the best five songs against each other. Not no 10, because there's no 10 best. But if you had a 10-song album where artists dissed each other, five songs each, and you bought it on one record, hmm, wouldn't that be compelling? Wouldn't that be something if they actually had this plotted and planned to actually just diss each other, make it into a versus or a project? What if they toured behind it? The scenarios you could do with this? You could make this into a podcast. You could really do because dissing back in the day was either I dust you off, you dust me off. Maybe we'll burn your career off. Maybe people won't ride with you. Maybe they won't clap for you. Maybe they move on. What if this was a planned joint diss album? There becomes a diss tour, a diss book tour, a diss podcast, diss merch. Wouldn't it be something? I mean, I'm not their manager, but I'm brainstorming. I'm trying to make it make sense. Because what is the end of this? Or will it be like Trapped in the Closet where you get the part 4.99 and you're stuck wondering, the sequel of the parts, but it's interesting. I've never quite seen it play out where there was multiple songs left and right, and they go on and on and on and on and on and on. And what's the end game? But if this was a collective project together, that would be a novel concept, because what I would have liked to have seen some MCs back in the day have five songs of their best against each other and people buy it. And that would be hilarious. This is funny. This is why this is a much ado about nothing. I know I've had some detractors and people say I downplay. Well, we got potential war and racism and a joke of an election and poverty and homelessness and inflation and craziness on college campuses and all kinds of stuff going on. Of course, people still hating on OJ Simpson and all that. So you got all this stuff going on. Well, you have time for two veteran established MCs battling each other. And what's the end result? What's the purpose? Neither one of them is gonna lift a finger against each other, and they're both successful, and they both then had quite successes. So what is the end game of this? Unless it's a diss album, that's what would make it very compelling. If you actually made five, then you have your own verses, and then people buy it. It takes a life of its own. This game, it's a real political game within the politics of it, wouldn't it be? Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like my piece.